Playing MASH is fun and easy to learn. So let's get started. You are first going to want to remove the cards that are not playing cards, like the cheat sheet and any other promotional card. As for the cheat sheet card, hand out each player one card. This card is helpful when you need a quick reference during the game. Now before we begin playing the game, let's go over the cards you will be playing. The deck has a total of 175 cards, and each card can help you into victory or can destroy you. To start, you have your commander card that starts your war and will need to be replaced anytime a hazard card is placed on you. Your troop cards are cards for earning 750 troop points. Hazard cards slow down your opponent. Recovery cards heal your troops after an opponent has thrown down a hazard. Mash cards that remove troop and commander cards from your opponent and gives you the ability to gain more points. And then you have your enhancement cards that give you special equipment to overcome some of the hazards. But beware, there is one other card that can change the game. The recruiter card. This card gives a player the ability to change their cards with another opponent. That's right, all of their cards. What is in an opponent's hand and battlefield. This card must be played first, and the player can decide to either use the card or discard it for the full game. Now you know the cards. Let's begin. Grab the deck, shuffle the cards very well. Once the cards are shuffled, deal out one card face down to each player until each player gets a total of 6 cards. When all cards are dealt out, place the remaining deck in the middle of the table. This is the draw pile. Each player will now look at their hand and start strategizing on how they will be able to conquer their other opponents. The play starts with the person to the dealer's left. Your turn consists of 2 parts. Drawing one card and adding it to your hand, then either playing one card in front of you to begin building your war pile, or discarding one card to the discard pile. You will always hold 6 cards in your hand at the end of each turn. If you're the first player, start by drawing a card from the draw pile and adding it to your hand. You then must make one of the following plays. If you have a commander card, you may play it face up on the table to start your war pile. Your turn then ends and play passes to the opponent on your left. If you have a We Can Do It card, you can play it face up to start your war pile and then immediately take another complete turn. If you have a war enhancement card, you can lay it down and take another complete turn. While this card cannot start your war pile, it can help to protect your war pile down the line from war hazards. If you draw another war enhancement card, you may play it again and again take another complete turn. If you have a cheese card, you may play it in front of an opponent, even though your opponent has not yet had a chance to play and thus has no commander card exposed. This play starts your opponent's war pile. If you have been dealt the recruiter card, you must play it on your first turn. Do not pick up from the draw pile first. You may choose to use or not to use the card. However, if you choose to use the recruiter card, select the opponent that you will be switching with and then draw from the draw pile. Take your turn once the cards have been switched. If you draw the recruiter from the pile, you must play that card at that time. Once it has been played, the recruiter card is fully taken out of the game and cannot be used again. Should you choose not to use the card, guard the recruiter card off to the side and not in the discard pile, so it cannot be shuffled in for the next round. If you cannot make any one of those plays, you must discard one card face up onto the discard pile. Discard cards are out of play for the rest of the hand. When the first player has finished his or her turn, the second player starts by drawing a card. As the second player, you may then make any one of the plays already described with one additional possibility. If the player played a cheese card, you may play a ketchup card on top of it. If a player does not have a commander card down, you and your other opponents cannot place a war hazard or mash card down. No troops can be removed until you and your other opponents are officially at war. Mash cards cannot be played until your opponent has put down troops and then must be played for the exact amount of troops written on the card. The exception would be if your opponent has fewer troops in their war pile than the card calls for. For example, if your opponent has one troop card down and the mash card says to pick up 6, you can choose to play the card and remove only that one card, but you will lose out on the other 5 cards. When there are no more cards in the draw pile, players must try to play out the remaining cards in their hand. If all playable cards have been played, then the hand is over and each player places their unused cards into the discard pile. The cards are then reshuffled and play continues. Each game will take a few rounds. Have fun and enjoy the game.